Wait, what did you say you started again from our first coaching session?
Archon 2,
You're Archon 2, and now you are
Legend 5.
Legend 5. Okay, what was that MMR starting point?
Starting was
Like 2,800 or something?
starting should be 2.5k.
2.5k. Okay, so you gained 1,250 MMR since our
Yeah,
first coaching session. That's crazy. That's
that
actually
was 2 months
crazy.
ago because I see the video.
Yeah,
This
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. That was our first. That's insane. If you like our content, please do like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click the notification button below so you will be notified when a new video will be released. The reason you're playing Oracle, you'd normally play carry, but you're playing Oracle because when you're playing rank role
Yeah,
queue, you have to play support sometimes, right?
yeah. And also if I feel like lazy to play carry, I'll play support. Or
Sure. Your early item build is pretty good. I would normally go for a fairy fire instead of an extra mango here.
yeah.
Okay, because like one, you get 2 damage and you get the heal, then you can bait people out, right? Very much like, playing carry and such. It's just way too valuable to get that extra fair fire. Then with your starting gold, you can bring out some more, like another mango if you want another mango.
Okay.
2 mangoes is generally good enough in this kind of build. Who gave the tangos? You didn't pull mid tangos, bro? Griefing?
I know that's my friend and he never wants tangles. I don't
Ah,
know
it's
why.
your friend. You queue with him. I see. Okay. Well, normally you would want to, like, give up some tangles for your
Yeah.
ally or whatever. So here you're playing. Okay, you're actually against like a disconnected player. You want to have like another replay or something we can watch instead of this one, because
Right.
this
Yeah,
guy's.
DC is quite weird.
Yeah, let's get another one. Okay, so this game, same thing. I mean, first of all, like, you want to buy like 2 sets of tangles so you can pull mid lane or whatever. This game you go fair fire. It's really good. I think it's really good item to get in the early game. And so something to note, I guess you've already seen it. You got a magic stick queued up already because there's a bristleback in this bottom lane. It's really nice, and that's what you pretty much want to do. So I don't know if you know this, but generally, like, level 1 with your Q, like how you want to use your Q is you always want to use it on the range creep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
When your opponent is trying to go there to try and deny the range creep, because you just use it, it's 120 damage. That means, like, it normally takes 2 of your opponents to attack a range creep to kill it, right? So if you use the Q on the range creep when they're getting close to it, you will get the last hit and you will harass your opponent. That way they
Okay.
cannot deny it in any way. And that will also give your Oracle some farm as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? So that's really good to do. Pretty much on Oracle. Like, every time I play Oracle, I play this hero so much, and every game always using my Q on the range game. So here your Mirana actually TP's bottom, which is very interesting because generally people don't actually do that, but I guess in your bracket it's very common to have like some tri-lanes possibly. So I see you're just kind of harassing, and the lane is like getting pushed up. Your Mirana's the one pulling here, so that's fine. And you just heal up, and you're putting a lot of pressure on this guy. I kind of like that. And you're just giving so much space for your Spectre to be able to farm because of it. You get your level 3, you kill the bristleback, all good. You TP back bottom. And here
I
you
should
see
have TP top. Would
you
you
should
think
TP
that?
top. So top is like a Sven, and if bottom you can continue to get kills, it's also good, right?
Okay.
Normally, like, if your Mirana's not here, she's top, you would want to TP bottom anyway. But because you TP bottom, there's something that you could have done in this situation. What do you think it is?
Uh, Waited a bit longer before TPing.
Why?
Uh, in case the Bristol would go top and they swap
Mm,
lanes.
nah, I think you're overthinking this a little bit.
Or
It's
give
not.
items to my start people.
Nah. So when you TP bottom, right, you should see the positioning of the lane. Okay?
Yeah.
right? When you TP somewhere, you should always see like, okay, let's say if you're dead later in the game, you can see like, for example, mid. If this guy's an empty bottle, you can ask him to come and you can refill the bottle, then you can walk back bottom, right? If there's a kill top, you can TP top, kill top, okay? If you're TPing bottom, you should see first of all the positioning of the lane, right? Yeah, sure, you could buy Spectre, you could bring Spectre his items, which is also good, but because, you know, he didn't buy anything, you look at the position in the lane. As soon as you TP bottom, you should already run here and just try to drag the creep wave back. Because that way, when the wave like meets here and your opponent runs down here, now you can chase down the opponent heroes with dagger and your Q, and you can just kill them. Right? But when the wave is up here, it's very hard for you to kill someone, and you probably will start tanking like tower shots and, you know, like how we talked about when we used to coach you on carry, like you want to keep the creep wave in front of your tower.
Yeah. So right? I should have just TP'd and then pulled straight away.
Exactly. You TP, and then you should go here, eat the tree, and pull down right now.
Okay.
Right? Do you see how OP that would have been if you did that?
Yeah.
Because then the wave is here, and then you can actually kill anybody that comes to contest or gets out of position. Because right now you guys are like kind of fighting with two heroes, and you're just losing, you know, because the positioning is not that good for you. But okay, I'm gonna go back just a second. Just want to see how you casted your spell there. Oh, that's really nice. So you know how to, like, you know, use your purifying flames before your fortune's end lands, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Perfect. That's literally like 50% of this hero. And you see how, like, you know, the reason why you guys actually died here and you lost the fight is because you're fighting up here instead of fighting down here near your tower. And then there's like 4 range creeps here, and instead of farming up these 4 range creeps like under your tower, you guys actually take the engagement and you tank all these creeps and the quills and die.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you're an Oracle and when you're position 5 especially, your #1 goal is to like see whenever the lane gets pushed, you go back and you pull the lane back. So you can deny XP from your opponent can't contest your creeps, and then you have positioning here where your carry gets the armor HP region and you chase down your opponent.
Okay.
So always have that in your mind.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Every time the lane gets pushed, we're pulling. And that way your carry will also get a lot of experience. So here, this time you TP top, you see an Sven very low HP, you plant the ward up here too. Your first skill, third skill, and then, but unfortunately he kinda got away because you're behind the trees here. Nice. You really know how to utilize the strength of your hero, of your purifying flames, which is really good. So here, obviously, you probably just want to use second skill on the Sven, right? Because then he can't attack.
Yeah.
So, well, how I think about Face Edict is like, I use this on heroes who only do physical damage, or I just use it on like my allies if there's like somebody's getting gone on. And it's like some Lina, you know?
I'm still not very good at using Fate's Edict.
Yeah. Just think about it, right? Like if somebody's on top of you and they're attacking you, they already used all their spells, then it's better to use it on them and just like try to TP out or something.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You'll get the hang of it, because this hero is not like the easiest hero to play in terms of like spell usage, but his spell usage is everything that makes this hero imbalanced. So now you're level 5, and like the way I think about Oracle is every time I'm like level 5, level 3, level 5, level 7, that's my power spikes on this hero.
Yeah.
In an aggressive way.
Purifying Flames is really strong.
Yeah, it does so much damage. Crazy amount of damage. Keep it top. Because you see somebody getting gone on. Got some vision.
I probably should have TP'd there earlier.
You could have, but you probably like the way that you should have seen this is like it's kind of getting into the mid game here, and if somebody else is already playing bottom for you and there's no real kills happening mid, you should just walk all the way top already. Because you want to keep pressuring up in this area so that your opponents will keep TPing people from like bottom or middle to the top.
And then my carry gets free farm.
Exactly. Your carry gets free farm and your mid laner will get free farm. Right? But if like there's just one guy here and they keep shoving out the lane, then like this guy's getting free farm, this guy's getting free farm, and then this guy's getting free farm too. Because you can't actually get any kills anywhere else on the map right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So naturally you just want to like walk to the top lane and just kind of play with your Juggernaut and just apply some pressure to this guy. So it's gonna be 10 minutes. Bounty runes are spawning. You have 3 heroes top now. Really good. You guys kill them too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And now there's a catapult middle. What you doing around here? Just want to heal your teammates?
Radiant's
Is it?
bottom tower is under attack.
No, you're just walking down bottom, then walking back around. See, so this is like kind of stuff that, you know, as a support, it's really bad, right? Whenever you move around the map, you want to have some kind of a purpose. Okay, so if you're going down here, like you were up here, you were in the lane that you should play in and with your offlaner, and then you kind of like ran here, got this, went mid, then you went back bottom, and there's like nothing that you really accomplished during this last minute, right?
Yeah.
Since the time that you got the bounty. The
Wasting
best,
time.
exactly, you're just wasting time. You don't have wards, you don't have smokes, you don't have anything. The best thing to do here is again just stay top lane, play with someone who has generally like, or hopefully your offlaner is not a Juggernaut in your next game and he's a stunner, and you just want to play with your stunner.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So you can just keep bursting people. Whoever your stunner is, follow them around and play like that so that you're forcing others to like help whoever's getting gone on, and that will free up everybody else. And in this,
Recently, I've been having a lot of weird offlaners. Like
Yeah.
last game, I had a sniper offlane.
yeah, it's in your bracket. It's what happens, you know. It's just
Yeah.
sad. But let's say like here, you're over here. What the best thing to do is go here. You see the Sven. Instead of doing the like, you know, Q into E right away, you can just use your Q. You can full channel it, because it still like stuns people for 2.5 seconds, right? If you full
Yeah.
channel it, you can just full channel it and let the Juggernaut get on top and like spin and do whatever, and then you can just follow the hero down and just burst them at the end.
Okay.
Right? So you can also be like a stun. You can also be a stun for your Mirana. If you full channel your Q for your Mirana, then your Mirana can like arrow off of it too.
Yeah.
Not even
So-
full charge. Maybe even like half charge is enough.
Yeah. So the combo is not every time like it's situational.
Yeah. So if there's other stuns in your lineup and you know you can burst them within like one Purifying Flames into Fortune's End into another Purifying Flames, if you can burst them like that, then you do it. Right? But if you can't and you need to like set up for a stun because your teammates are far away, then you use your Q first. And you just charge. And even if they run away from the range, you can just let it go. They get stunned. Then your team has a follow-up after that.
Okay.
Okay? So you always have like, you can always use it like that too on your
attack.
Oracle.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice. You got a dust. You make a kill on mid. Really good. DD top.
Is under attack.
Your Huskar should actually take this DD and take the mid tower, but he's not, unfortunately. Good Fate's Edict on the Sven. Then you ulti the Spectre. You heal him. So you should use your Urn on the Spectre, by the way. Do you know about that?
It's more heals.
Yeah, it'll heal for double if you buy Urn. Just use it on the Spectre.
Yeah.
And like he's gonna get full healed pretty much during your ultimate duration, which is really good. Nice. And you bait them out, you get 2 kills.
Could have fit edict that shit.
Yeah, you could have, but that's okay. You'll get the hang of it as you go, and then your Huskar comes in and he just pretty much bursts everybody. This is really good. Okay, so you're going for our Vessel, right? I would say honestly, like it's Aetherlens is just better. I think you go Urn, but instead of just going Vessel first, you can just go for Aetherlens, so you have that long cast range and you can like position yourself better in the fights. Okay, so Urn, in my opinion, is a fine item because it gives you mana regen. You can use it on your allies when they get False Promise or yourself, and then you can also use it on your opponent for some extra damage, right? But
Actually,
after
I didn't want to go Vessel this game. I asked Mirana, "Are you going Vessel?" But
Yeah.
Mirana didn't say anything. So
yeah,
I just
I just don't even think Vessel is that amazing of an item overall. Like, if you buy it later because you have a lot of earn charges and you have gold, it's fine. But I think Aether Lens is just much more valuable, so you have the extra range on your hero. Like, Aether Lens on any int heroes is pretty OP. Like, supports, I mean, position 5. What happened there? Why did you kind of like... Oh, because you were running away from the bristleback. Okay, fair enough. And then it kind of like got zoned out. That's fine. So like here you see the ogre and you like he's about to die and you like want to chase him down, right?
Yeah.
But it's just not worth it, you know? Because at this point you're like you have 6 kills and you got like a killing spree, so you're gonna feed away a kill, you know? If you kind of chase this guy down. Unfortunately, so you gotta like respect your life a little bit more and just play off your teammates, like letting them go in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And if you're the last one left, it's probably a better idea to just walk away after that. So you smoke here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh, nice. Ulti. And okay, so whenever you use the heal on people, right? You should always use your Fate's Edict first before you use the Purifying Flames. Okay?
Okay.
Do you know why?
Because it will neglect the damage.
Yeah. So if you use this and you didn't use Fate's Edict, then sometimes, especially if you use it like the end of the ultimate, you might just kill the guy instead.
Wait, I saved him on 1 HP.
Yeah. No, he has an armlet, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's fine. But like the point is, you always want to use your Fate's Edict before you use your heal. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Because or else sometimes you might just end up killing off your teammate. And then you can also use the purge. So how it works, like you use Fate's Edict, you use a heal, then you can use the purge on him to remove the Fate's Edict, so they can still attack. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
So just for future, because I see a lot where oracles, they just use the Purifying Flames without using the Fate's Edict, and it's just always throwing the fights. Every time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Denied. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, and in these situations, it's okay for you to like bring yourself more sentries, by the way. And like, when you're pushing the top lane, right? Or when you're pushing the mid lane, you kind of want to put a sentry somewhere in the lane that also sees like uphill, for example. And you use your courier to check the hill. Okay? Because your courier is not going to be, you know, used all the time, right? This is your courier. So you put a sentry here, you put a courier here, then you see like if there's any wards here, any wards here, any wards here. And that way, anybody who TP's top, like your opponent won't know how many people are top lane. Right? And as a 5, like, if you get a kill on a ward with your sentry, then you will get like twice the gold pretty much. The cost of your sentry.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're also getting rid of the vision, but you're also like making sure that your teammates won't be seen whenever they come to attack or go into a team fight. So here, putting like a sentry right here, seeing this is good. For example, if you're attacking middle, then it's really good to put like a sentry somewhere in this area or over here, right? Because early game, like people have some vision here or whatever, looking at the rune, or mid lane, you know, same thing. Just like hold sentries, and then you can like kind of put them on hills and stuff just to see if there's wards there. And if you kill the ward, it's really good. Your teammates can be seen, and you get free gold pretty much. So
what do you think of holding observers until fight?
It's good. You put wards, you put observers like on top of hills or something. When a fight breaks out, it's really, really good.
Okay.
So that you can see everybody in the team fight, so you can cast your spells properly.
Okay.
I always tell that to like other position 5 players, or I coach and stuff.
Oh, I didn't want to fix Edith Roshan because of the fire. Is fire magic?
Yeah. It is. So you're here, your teammates are going in, you got Aegis, it's great. Put a ward here. So you see, like in this situation, there's a ward here, and if you put like a sentry like down the hill here, that sees up here and down here, you would have got a free ward. But they actually have a free ward right now here, I think. See that?
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah.
So it's really good like to hold sentries, and that way you can also de-ward and make sure like there's no vision in that area for sure. And you want to use your sentries like, you know, that sees like the edge of the sentry sees up the hill, and then the other edge sees like, you know, further away down, so you cover more area that way.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant
So I like how for the most part you're really good at playing behind your team as an Oracle, and you're not like overly aggressive and running into your opponents, and you're just playing like wherever your teammates are. That's really good. And then you're casting your spells offensively, which is also really good. Here you try to ult yourself, but you couldn't make it, so then already killed you, unfortunately. That's fine. So you gotta just keep doing that and just keep playing behind your teammates. So here you have 3 wards. You should definitely be thinking about planting this vision, because you have too many wards in your inventory. That means that there's probably not enough wards on the map right now for you guys to continue playing and stuff. So you smoke. Oh, you walked past the tower. Smoke breaks on towers.
Oh, wait, really?
What's that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, smoke breaks on towers. Tower vision. So here you see this? This is why your smoke breaks. Boom. You came too close to the tower. You see the invoker. Chill.
I wanted the dust, but the ice wall.
Yeah, I saw exactly. So here is a really good example of when the fight breaks out, you want to plant a ward like right here. Okay? You want to plant a ward right here instantly so you can see everything in this fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a Spectre, which is nice because a Spectre Haunt sees everything in the fight for you, but if, like generally you just want to plant a ward so you can see the fight and you can like cast spells properly. And another reason why you need to hold sentry, so you can also plant a ward and a sentry. So if you had a sentry, you would have seen the invoker too, right? And if you have a sentry, you can also de-ward their wards that are in the fights, if they have any.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, hello, invoker. Nice. Good kill. Good. Very good.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So now,
Aetherland would have been very nice. Like,
what's
right
that?
Aetherland would have been nice.
Yeah, Aetherlands would have been amazing here, exactly. And Aetherlands, not only is it good because of the cast range, but your opponents will have a much harder time finding you because you're going to be casting from very far away. And that means they need to overexert themselves to like get to you and stuff. So you will die much less too when you have Aetherlands. They're kind of just playing around here. You have 4 wards again. Good kill. So whenever you have like this many wards, you should just try to prioritize planting this vision. Here you plant a ward on the hill here. Okay. It's not the worst. I would have probably like, because you already have like 1 ward here, I would have probably like gone up here, maybe planted a ward over here that sees into this camp, right? And then like maybe plant another ward over here that sees into the jungle camps here. So that way you always have vision, watching your opponents like, you know, running into their jungle areas. So you can just chase them down and kill them. And I assume in your bracket, no one's gonna know how to de-ward these wards anyway.
So I think my problem as a 5 is I don't plant wards enough.
Yeah, you don't. You're really good at like playing behind people, like casting your spells and such, but if you don't plant vision and you don't get vision of your opponents, then you're limiting how many plays your team can make.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you see enemies, then it's a lot easier for you to kill people
Are scanning.
and run at them. Ooh. You gotta be a little bit. So this is the problem, right? When you're playing Oracle in the early game, you're so aggressive and you're always killing people. Okay? When the mid and the late game comes, you need to think a little bit more like defensive. You gotta play more like, you know, you're just chilling back, hanging out, and waiting for your opponent to jump your teammates, and then you're counter initiating. Okay? Because in the mid late game, your damage becomes less relevant. And your opponent's damage is gonna become very big, and they're gonna always look for you first.
Yeah.
So you cannot die. If you die, your team loses every time.
Okay.
Right? Your team will lose every fight that you die first. So when it comes to the mid late game, you need to always let your opponents jump your allies, and then you cast the spells on them and you save them, and then you turn the fight around after that. Let them use all their spells on the Spectre. Let them use all their spells on this Mirana or whatever, and you save them. Okay? That's how you need to think. You don't need to be the guy who needs to use Fortune's End first or anything like that anymore. You're no longer like a playmaker after like once the mid game hits, like right now. Because look what happens here. Look why you die. You have vision of everybody, right? This guy gets arrowed, and look what you're doing. You're going in to cast spells on this Earthshaker. Right?
Yeah.
But when you go in to cast spells on this Earthshaker, you're giving an opportunity for your opponents to jump you now. And they didn't jump your teammates at all. Right? So you see, Sven used ulti, boom. He just goes in on you. He was only looking at you. He was not even looking at Mirana. He doesn't even care about the Mirana. Because he knows you're the one who's gonna save. And just like that, you've already lost the fight. So it's also okay, like when you use you can use a smoke to go and plant vision too, so your opponents can't see you. Like pop the smoke, you know, go here, plant ward here, or plant ward, you know, here or some shit. Like, just get the vision out, right? That's what's important here.
Oh, and another problem, I didn't equip a new joint.
Yeah,
28.
definitely you need that. Some telescope would have been sick, or GPM item. Philosopher's Stone would be really good too. For your hero. So now you're playing behind your team. And here's like another example of how like you don't have sentries, and again, they have a ward on this hill. You see that?
Yeah.
That's their word. And this is why you're getting jumped. Okay? So you have to think like these sentries, especially when you take over some hill, you need to plant like a sentry on the hill or low ground that watches the hill, because then your opponent can't see you, and the opponent can't see you, they can't jump you.
Okay.
Okay? So it's also like a safety for you, but you're also like, you know, again, they kill you first. Another fight where they kill you first.
I think they almost won this fight because of that ward they had.
Yes. Actually, they almost won the fight because you died first. So you can't afford to die, you know?
And I wouldn't have died if there was no ward up.
Exactly. You would not have died if there was no ward.
Yeah.
Or if somebody else was here and they were tanking the fight for you too. So you can cast spells. But if the opponent can see you, they will always try to kill you.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They plant the word, it's good.
Roshan has fallen to the radiant. Dire's middle tower is
Like,
under
you don't,
attack.
at your bracket, honestly, you don't have to buy a lot of sentries. Just buy, like, you know, 1 or 2 when you leave base, right? And you just, like, whenever you drop, like, a word on the hill, you can just drop a sentry with it on the hill, too. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just drop both of them together. Like, drop one word, drop one sentry together wherever you plant a word. And then that way, like, you can see if anybody plants a word there, or if they walk by there with some, like, you know, glimmer cape or invisibility or something, like, you will see them too. Like, just to make it easier for yourself, since you're only playing, like, position 5 sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, so you can just start off with that. So now you're really playing behind your team, which is really good.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is under
okay,
attack.
So here, this is like another example, you know, you're like kind of going really deep in to like cast spells on this guy, right? But like, you know, you should be a bit more careful, you know? Because if these guys were smoked and they were baiting the Bristleback and they echo slammed you and the Huskar here, you guys lost this fight again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yo-
lower bracket. The
Right.
entire this would be bad.
Like your damage is so irrelevant onto this Bristleback. Right?
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to be ready to counter initiate. You need to be ready for when they jump in that you're saving your teammates. It's already late game now.
Yeah. So I need to realize I'm not as strong as I was in laning and early.
Exactly. Early game, you want to play aggressive the way you did. You want to keep getting kills. But later on, you gotta let your support, your cores, like, you know, who are farmed, like go in, fight, and you are ready to save them. And then after you save your teammates, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay? You need to let your opponents cast their spells onto your heroes. And not you. Like you're the most valuable hero actually. So you cannot die. You cannot let them jump you. Because if you actually use the ultimate on yourself, it feels really, really bad most of the time.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Drop a ward in the base, really good. So again, like you see how like you're casting spells on this guy? Like what does that do, right?
Yeah. He'll just the Sven can just jump me and I'm dead.
Yeah, Sven will just jump you, you're dead, and you're also revealing that you have a ward here, you know? They can just de-ward this ward instantly, and all you did was like, you know, like 300 damage to this guy or whatever. It's like kind of irrelevant, right? Like what you gotta do is, you see your opponents all here, what do? What do you think you should do right now?
Stand on the right side, right back.
Perfect, exactly. Stand on the opposite side of your opponents. Stand as far away from your opponents as you can, but still enough range to cast spells on your teammates.
Yeah, and then
'Cause
let
it-
my Huskar just hit towers. If they jump,
Exactly.
save him.
Perfect, you got it. That's how you do it. You do that, you're gonna own every game in the late game with Oracle. And I don't even know if you're gonna lose any games after that. If you play like that. No one's gonna know how to play against you. So you play here, they jump this Huskar, boom, you drop. Maybe you don't even need to use your ult right now. You can use Fate's Edict first, you know, soak up the damage, heal him. And then if he gets low, you drop the ulti on him. And then he just kills everything. And this Huskar is crazy. He has an AC in his freaking backpack right now. Anyway, yeah, so you play here, and then you just save your allies. And then after you save the allies, you can do whatever you want in the fight. Okay? And also try to drop a sentry like somewhere here. You know, so you can see like, because if you drop a sentry somewhere here, that means you can see like if there's a ward, if they planted a ward on the hill here.
Yeah.
Because if they plant a ward to see you,
Blade, someone coming up.
right? Shadow Blade, or if like let's say they plant a ward here to see where you are, so they can jump you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep standing up there.
Dire's bottom
Boom! Again, they caught you first, right? Because you're standing next to where the Sven is, but if you're here, the Sven cannot jump you. And if from here, you can literally cast all your spells to this Huskar. And you keep healing him. He's gonna be impossible to kill.
Now I wasted my ult. There.
Yeah. Exactly. Now you don't have ulti for yourself.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
If this was a harder game, I think the things I did wouldn't work. But it's a kind of a stop.
Yeah, it's okay. No, it was a pretty hard game for the most part early on. You guys still played, like, you still played well enough for your bracket, you know? But these are the things that if you improve on, you're gonna be like an unstoppable Oracle player whenever you play Oracle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Alright, cool. That's it. This game was pretty good. I mean, what I learned from this game watching you play is you're pretty good at casting your spells with Oracle, right? You know how you need to be aggressive. That's like the one thing that people don't understand with Oracle, that this hero is like a nuker. He's a killer early game and mid game. But once you hit mid late game, you need to play like behind your teammates and play like a save. You save your allies first because you bait in your opponents, you save them, you heal them up, and then you can cast whatever spells you want, because now you've turned the fight around. Because they've wasted, what happens is people waste like 2, 3, 4 stuns on the first target that they see. Right? And if you heal that guy, Like you ult that guy and you dispelled all those stuns, then now your opponent has no gas anymore. They have no gas for the fight. So then you just turn around and fight and you kill them all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you just can't be the one dying. And then your wards, right? You need to like realize your wards are important. Let's try to start with like planting wards and then planting a sentry with the ward that you plant as well. On high grounds especially. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so whenever you leave base, just try to buy like 1 or 2 sentries.
Okay. I have a question.
What's up?
Do you think I should play support, like as a main role?
Just play some games on support. You don't have to always play support, right? Like I think just do whatever makes you have fun, and you will naturally find what your role is, right? You're going through that like experimental stage where you're trying to play everything, and playing everything has helped you like, you know, improve as a player and win more games too, right? So
Yeah.
if you find like, oh, this is interesting, this is intriguing, let me do it, because whenever you're interested in something, you will have more focus,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because you want to like really, you know, get a hang of it. That's how you started Oracle, right? So just take your time with it and just figure out whatever you want, if or whatever like makes you happy or makes you have fun playing.